All right, we're back with Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm on Ask the Attorney Night. Free legal advice, folks. We're going to point you in the right direction no matter what's on your mind tonight. We're going to help you out. 737-PLUS is the phone number to call. Happy Halloween. It is a cold night, so a lot of folks are probably bundled up, and we're getting to that point where the younger trick-or-treaters are probably back at home now. So settle in and watch OpenLine and call in if you've got a question on your mind. And I know Joe has a question. Hey, Joe, welcome.
Hi, how you doing tonight?
Doing well. Great, Joe.
My question is, if I'm in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, paying off 100% of my debt, it's one-to-one. I don't have any, deals or breaks in it, and if I run into a situation where I either lose my job or my pay reduces significantly, is there a way I can renegotiate that bankruptcy or extend it? Like at the current time, it's at 5 years, but is there a way to renegotiate it or extend it in order to pay it off in a longer period of time because I wouldn't be making the same money? And I appreciate your comments on that.
Thank you, Joe. And that's a great question. It affects lots and lots of people. And yes, you can go right back to your bankruptcy lawyer in your Chapter 13 and ask for a modification. What is the theory? I always think about the theory of the law. Bankruptcy's in a place when people can't make all their payments, that they're going to get some relief. It's a federal law. It is superior to a state law. And so we had one just recently where they said, well, we're in negotiations on our house loan. Can you modify this? And they drug them on, took forever, and they said, it looks good. And then they said, no, we won't honor it. We're going to foreclose. At that point, there was an option to file a Chapter 13. So when can you file a Chapter 13? Anytime. Chapter 7 means that we're going to wipe out that debt completely. You can do that every 6 years under a Chapter 13. We could file a Chapter 13, it could be dismissed, and you have a right to file another one. That kicks in the automatic stay, so if people were trying to repossess your car, foreclose on your home, then you could move to get some relief immediately to try to get you some regroup time. But the trustee really wants to work with, that is the theory behind the bankruptcy laws. So absolutely go back to your lawyer and file your amendments. Yeah,
and a lot of people, I think, in that situation, they get a little fear in them. Absolutely. And then they don't reach out and they don't say, and then things start to go down the wrong. It's like a snowball down the hill. You talk about being proactive. Absolutely. Getting ahead of the problem, saying, look, I need some help here. I'm in a little, something's happened with the job or whatever, and they are going to probably work with you.
Yes, they want to.
Yeah, they want this to work out in the long run.
Yes. And there is a law called laches, and what that law really means, based on Latin law, common law, is don't sit on your rights. So sometimes people get overwhelmed. This is too much. There's no way I can get out of this. I don't feel like I can talk to a lawyer. I'm telling you, get up. Try to talk. Well, most lawyers have free initial consultation, and a little advice can go a long way. And sometimes you just need a gentle nudge to say, come right in, let's file. And you're going to have a lot of peace of mind if you're confronted with that. And again, when you see a family member that's overwhelmed, they've lost their job, they've had significant loss in pay, we know we're not going to be able to make those payments. Let's immediately take the proactive approach and try to evaluate what we can do.
Yeah. All right, Joe, good luck to you. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
Up next is Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Welcome to OpenLine, and Kevin Kennedy. Jeff, you there? Jeff, go ahead. Yeah. We got you. Yeah, go ahead. There's a delay. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Kennedy. How are you, sir?
Great, Jeff. Good to talk to you.
I'm calling because I am currently receiving disability.
Okay.
Social Security disability. And I've been trying forever to make arrangements to get my back pay, but they keep pushing it. And I was wondering, is there anything that I can do legally so I can receive my back pay sooner?
Okay, well, the real world is you'll need a lawyer to try to pursue that. And many times we do believe when the cases are coming along that the longer that they put that off, the longer they have control over your money and they're drawing money. So we hear quite often lots of people are denied and then they have to appeal. And why do they? Because many people, when they get and hit a crossroad or hit a wall, they quit. They just give up. They say, well, I tried, I didn't work. But it gets back to that old saying, the squeaky door gets the oil. So if you keep pushing your lawyer, and sometimes your lawyer says, look, I've tried. Well, then I would go see the lawyer and sit and talk with him and say, look, we need this money now. What can you do? And realistically, let's lay out a plan. When do you think we can file our motion? When can we have our hearing? What can we expect? And so those are good questions. Who, what, when, where, and how. And talk with the lawyer and see if you can't go with it.
Yeah, because I've already gotten my disability.
Yes.
It's just that I'm fighting to get my back paid.
Right. So there's a lot of people in your same situation. I just say keep pursuing and talk with that lawyer. Keep the fire lit.
So I should go back and talk with my lawyer that originally filed it and got it granted.
Yes.
Yeah, because Social Security still hasn't paid them for their service.
Wow.
Well, they'll be interested in pursuing that.
Yeah, they should get that money.
All right. Now, do you know if they would charge me an additional fee for that?
Every lawyer has different arrangements, but that is a good thing to discuss with your lawyer to make sure you do have a good understanding. Whenever you have a question, ask them, and so that there is no misunderstanding.
Right.
Okay, thank you so much for calling tonight.
Thank
you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Good night.
All right.
You too. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Up next, let's keep it going. We got calls coming in. We appreciate it. And be patient. We're going to get to your call as soon as we can. Up next is Steve. Steve, welcome.
How you doing?
Good, Steve.
All right, I've got a question about. I'm living in an apartment complex.
Yep.
And I moved in March 21st, and I signed a lease on March 21st. And come October 1st, they've amended the lease on their own, and they're starting to. They've added trash pickup fees. Water and sewage fees, and facility fees, and then some other fees.
So everything's jacked up after 6 months. They jacked everything up on you.
They jacked everything up, and my rent. They want me to pay more money. Plus, not only that, I've got a late fee. I've never been late since I've been here. But they had me owing $1,400 in late fees.
Wow.
And they cut it all the way back down to, told me I owed $62 in late fees, and I said I've never been late.
Well, Steve,
so,
here's what I would suggest. Rory and I just talked about this during the break. There is an aggressive move by landlords, and so many of the apartment complexes now are being purchased from people from California, from New York, from Dallas. So we've got a real problem. You know what's coming. So look carefully at your lease when you go into the lease. Try to have a good understanding. That contract, if it's for 12 months, you have a right to get away. They have a right to get away. We already anticipate that rents are going to go up and all these fees. As long as the lease is conscionable, if it reaches a point that it is so unreasonable, and you don't have to sign that. So I'm telling you, take a proactive approach. You talk to them early on. Let's see what the new lease is going to be. Are there any changes? If so, what are they? Because you may have to regroup and go to another place. So when if they wait to the last minute and put that lease on you, then you miscalculated.
And those leases, Steve, I've signed them before. I've lived in apartments, and they're very long and lengthy, and a lot of times you just say, okay, where do I sign?
It's true.
And inside those I guarantee it'll say somewhere where they have the right after a certain amount of time to change with a certain notice. They're going to up your fees.
Yes.
And up, it's written in there. They know how to do this.
And this is the massive wave coming all across Tennessee.
Yeah.
So everybody's popping. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me say this. I've had a lawyer. I've sent a lawyer to my lease, and he's looked at it.
Yep.
And he said that they have the way the lease is written, that they cannot make me do. If I was going to agree to the terms,
Yep.
okay. But if I don't agree with what they're doing, I don't. He should told me to keep paying what I agreed to pay.
Yes, I
And
agree with
that's
that.
what I've been doing.
All
And,
right.
and they wouldn't accept my money.
Well,
So
I'd
I
stay in
sent
touch
them
with that lawyer then.
Right.
I sent them a certified mail.
You're doing good, Steve. The truth
I'm
is,
trying
Steve,
to-
you can live up to every part of your bargain, every part of the contract, and when it's over, they can still come and bring a lawsuit. You have a right to countersue and defend that lawsuit. So you can't
That's
let people
what I-
extort you.
Go ahead. We got you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening to
All
it
right.
on TV.
I would just say, you know, it's good that you contacted a lawyer and stay
Absolutely.
with that lawyer on this and
Yeah.
and be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Build your file, keep your documentation, and you were smart, send it certified. They can't dispute that, and they'll probably leave you alone.
I hope they do, but they added some more money on my last bill.
Well, good luck
Late
and
payments.
keep us posted, Steve, on your progress, all right?
Thank you, Steve, for the
All right.
call. Bye-bye.
We
All right.
appreciate it. Bye-bye. 737+ is the phone number. We got some people fired up here tonight, but they're
It will
doing
fire
well.
you up when people try to cheat you
Yeah,
and
taking
bully
advantage.
you.
Taking advantage.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and take another break. Is that all right, Taylor? We'll take our second break right here and more of your phone calls. We got a couple of people on hold. We got some open lines. We hope you'll call in. Kevin Kennedy's our guest. We'll be right back.